Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another Guilds of Ravnica draft. So again, we'll be doing competitive draft, so let's jump right in. And we'll see where our picks send us this way. Yep, I want to pay the entrance fee. Well, this is a pretty good rare to start with, but do we really want to go green-black right way? Isn't there something that wouldn't dictate the draft right from the first pick? Rock Charger is really good. Like, Crafter is probably a bit better for constructed than for limited. But Isoni is just so strong that we could try to build something around her. Okay, fine, let's go Golgari. And we'll see what else we get. We could maybe go like Golgari with a splash for either blue or white. Here we have District Guide and Rhizome Lurcher. I really like this guy. After playing some drafts with Guild of Ravnica, I value this guy so much higher than I valued him earlier. But I think we can get him later, like 2 or 3 copies. This time it's gonna be the District Guide. Necrotic Wounds are or should also be quite good for what we will most likely get, but I think I have to go District Guide here. I would like to splash either white or blue into this, and District Guide makes it so much easier. Here we can already start splashing white with Luminous Bonds or go Whisper Agent, but I think Luminous Bonds are just so much better than anything else in this booster that I will take it, and we already start working on the splash. We could even try something with more than 3 colors. Although going more than 3 colors without blue being the main color might be a bit difficult. Man, the Storm is probably the best card here, but I don't want to splash red into this. Yeah, let's go with the Shaman. Discovery. Might even be able to play Dispersal if we really want to add blue. But just for a Discovery, I think this is worth it. Then we have Prey Upon. Let's make sure we get all the colors we're gonna play. Or the Culprit is an option. I don't want to go these early game cards that are, or that need a color we are only gonna splash. So probably either the color or Crushing Canopy. Not sure if I want Wild Ceratok. Thinking we have what? We have 3 creatures, and we want to be creature heavy for Izoni. 4/3 that doesn't do anything for 4 mana. Now let's go with Crushing Canopy. It's a bit greedy. I'm hoping we get more creatures later. Dissident is nice. Severed Strands should be also decent for what we are trying to get here. Fine, let's go with Strands. Although, from my experience with Arena, we can usually get, or I can usually get Strands later. No. Change my mind. Let's go with creatures. We have to make sure we get enough creatures in this deck. Not a big fan of the Worm. Trooper is quite bad, actually. Moodmark Painter. Don't want to play a card with 2 red, I mean 2 black if possible. Let's go with Circuitous Route. Probably won't be playing it, but just in case. Sprouting Renewal would probably be more like a sideboard card. Maybe the Okapi. Yeah, I'll just get more creatures. And this is a good question. Do we want to go with the wall and just work towards the late game, just fill up the graveyard and just get a ton of tokens from Izoni? Or do we try to be more aggressive in the early game, go with the bats? I'm not a big fan of the barrier, so let's just go with bats. Guild gate here. Another Okapi. We even got the color back. Actually, this might be a different booster. But I'll still take it. We can side it in. And we got our Seratek back. Okay, and Never Happened is also a sideboard card, so not bad. I lost 3 packs. What do we have here? Could play a Sure Assemble. Problem is, this is not a creature card, so it doesn't work with the undergrowth that we want to boost as much as possible. So I think I'll pass on that. Nightwell Sprite is probably not a card for our deck. Then we are looking at Dead Weight or Whisper Agent probably, and Dead Weight, early removal against all the Boras that we most likely gonna meet is the best pick, but not a pick that I'd like to see in the first booster. What do we have here? Golgari Riders are quite average, and we probably don't have enough creatures to get even like reliable 33 from them. Already have 2 copies of the Okapi Child of Night. Maybe... I think I'll pick Pax Favor. I really like this combat trick. It's very hard to play around it. Yep. But again, not too happy about this pick. Oh, now we have Nightwell Predator, but there is no way we'll be able to play this guy. If I splash blue, then it's gonna be a very, very light splash. Instead, either prey upon the Centipede or Vernada's Shieldmate. How many 2-drops do we have? 1. How many 3-drops? 3... 2 2-drops. And what, 2 removal cards? I think the Centipede is just better than anything else here. We don't have enough creatures for prey upon yet. Don't want to end up with prey upon being a dead card, so let's go with creatures first. More bats. Could go Sworn Companions, but again, this is a card that creates creatures, but isn't the creature by itself, so it doesn't work with Undergrowth. Urban Utopia, though, is a card that we are interested in. Rats, maybe. Generous Stray, but we already have enough 3-drops. I'd rather get a 2-drop. I think I'll go with the Shieldmate in case we get some of those 4/4 Vigilance Convoke Centaurs. This is basically a mana fixing for those. Here we can get Necrotic Wounds. I think I will take it, but we still don't have quite enough creatures for that. Problem is, we didn't see any decent creatures yet. At least not in this booster. Already have 1 copy of Circuitous Route, and I most likely won't even be playing that. I could take Hitchclaw Recluse. Or the Dowser. Probably wouldn't be playing the Recluse main deck, would be more like a sideboard against either probably Boros or Dimir. Let's go with the Dowser. We need something to actually kill our opponent with. Well, the Painter is probably the only card that we may play from this pack. Let's take that. Even the Guildgate was in the wrong colors. This is not horrible. In this case, I will take the Agent. Again, it's double black, but don't have to play this guy turn 3 necessarily. I don't need a second blue Guildgate. For now, the only blue card is Dispersal. You don't even have to play that. Okay, fine. Let's go with the Agent. Another Okapi? Probably not. Better to take a 2-drop. So let's go with Child of Night. Oh, and we got the Vernari Shieldmaid back. I'll definitely take it. How many 2-drops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks a little bit better. Like maybe one more 2-drop if we can get. And there may be some decent finishers. 3, 4, 5. Maybe like 2 more 3-drops. Okay, it doesn't really matter what we pick here. Same thing here. Let's go bats again, but I probably won't be playing bats. They're just so fragile. Just checking in case there is something better than the Midnight Reaper, but it's very unlikely. So this is a rare that I was basically hoping for. Helps with the curve, has extremely strong effect. Can't splash a card with double white in casting cost. So we are not interested in anything here. Maybe another Centipede, and with another Centipede we will be done with our 3-drops. Yeah, now we have like 4 cards that I would want from one pack. I can't pass up on the Rhizome Lurcher. Even though I'm passing the Strands and the Worm. We need another good creature. Hey, Deadweight and Swarm Guildmage. Even Hired Poison is pretty good. I think I'll go with the Guildmage. He's surprisingly strong. I've lost to him so many times. And we just need more creatures. Okay, fine. Another 2-drop, another 3-drop, but they're not that good. I think I'll go with just the Celestia Guildgate in this case. More mana fixing. We don't have anything to help with the white splash. Question is, are we even gonna splash white in the end? Luminous Bonds are pretty damn good, but is it worth it? Let's take it anyway. Outlaw Giant, Severed Strands. I think I'll take the Giant. I really like that card. I played it a couple of times and it wins a surprising amount of games. We don't have that many expensive creatures. Yeah, sure, let's take it. Golgari Locket. Probably won't be playing it, but who knows. May want some more card draw in the end. Golgari Goldgate here. Veiled Shade might be okay. Or the Sprouting Renewal, some more sideboard cards. Yeah, let's go with the sideboard so that we have more answers to artifact and enchantments. I think so far we don't have anything against artifacts and only one card for enchantments. Let's take the Recluse. That's gonna be a sideboard card. We already have one Pax Favor. I don't want to play two. Go probably the Generous Stray. Unless the Necrolisk is just bad. But it's the only card in our colors. Okay, fine, let's take it. Never happened. Number 2. May even end up playing the Wall, or at least it could be a sideboard card and a guild gate in the end, but in the wrong colors. Okay, so what is here that we definitely don't want to play? The Recluse is definitely sideboard, Renewal is sideboard. This is most likely sideboard. How many cards are we looking at? 46. So now, what do we want to play for sure? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many creatures do we have? That's important. 22. You don't have any hard removal, basically. That would say just kill a creature without any conditions. So playing the Luminous Bonds might even be necessary. If I get rid of Luminous Bonds, then I can get rid of Urban Utopia. That's 2 cards gone. Both are non-creature. It's also important. Also, without that, I could just get rid of the Circuitous Route. I'll definitely get rid of it no matter what, though. Okay, fine. Let's go without white. So again, how does the curve look like? Now we need to remove a few creatures. Probably the Stray. Actually, with so many creatures, the Painter might be even decent. We don't have to play it on 4, right? We could play it in the late game. Try to get through with the Menace. I'll get rid of the Saratog. Doesn't do anything. We get rid of the blue color. And I think if I should keep maybe those Dimmer Guild Gates so we have access to Dispersal. Can we afford to play 3 Guild Gates in this deck? How much we depend on like a proper curve? Would help us to play the Agent on turn 3. Okay, fine. I'm gonna play both. Now we have enough black. Let's add double green. Are we casting anything with double green in casting cost? Nothing except Izoni. Okay, let's add one more swamp. And we still have to remove 2 more creatures. Thinking about removing those bats in the end. But then we wouldn't have anything main deck against flyers basically, except our 2 removal cards. Or I could get rid of 1 bat and the Dowser. From 1 Okapi maybe. Good question. Probably need something big, so Dowser stays in. And I'll try it without flyers. Just 31 is a bit too fragile. And hopefully we'll have enough pressure on the ground so that we won't need flyers for defense. How does it look like in the end? 17 lands? No, wait, 18 lands? How? Did I miss anything? 3, 10, 18, oops. I probably missed that guild gate when I was counting my lands. Oh, that makes it easier. We remove 1 swamp and we put 1 bat in. Okay, fine. And we can jump in the first round. This probably isn't the deck for like 5 wins, but should be enough for 30 wins, which is basically what I want, just to get the investment back. Well, but I'm thinking about it, it's quite heavily reliant on those 2 bombs that we have. Without them, it's pretty average. This is not bad. We can go Shaman turn 2, hopefully get the 3rd land. Yep, this is a keeper. Yeah, opponent thinking about 6. So it's probably also not an ideal hand, but he kept the top card on the top of the library. So that probably improved the situation. Hate milling the dead weight. You only have 2 removal cards. I probably should keep land on top. We only have 3, and we have to get at least first 4 lands reliably. We're not a shield mate, okay. How do we want to play this? 1, 2. So the centipede now. And our 2/2 drops next turn. This is probably gonna be a block. That's fine. Although we don't have that many undergrowth cards, we still want to fill up our grave. Guess I won't be attacking on the ground for a while. What do we need now? Oh, third color, okay. Axe favor would probably help in this situation. I want to attack with my bats into Righteous Blow. Sounds like a bad idea. But well, if the opponent has it, then he's gonna just use it when I use my bats for blocks, so may as well send them in and see what happens. If we trade with the Charger, then it's better trade for us. Charger is a huge threat long term. There we go. I'm actually quite happy that we traded there. I could have tried to send the Centipede and then boost our flyer. Might have been an option. Yeah, let's just keep working on the graveyard. We have the giant in hand, so at least it does more damage when it comes out at some point. This is a problem though. It's vigilance, nothing else. Checking for like lifelink. And did I forget to use my guild mage like twice already? How many creatures do we have? 3. But in this situation, don't really care about the damage, we care about the blocker. This could be just the culprit in hand, I wouldn't be surprised. This is our first big creature. Okay. Can't afford to attack. Even if I split the Cavalier, I'm still in trouble. So basically we want to draw Izoni now. For the next game, I'll probably side in luminous bonds because the cavalry is such a menace. Fine. I have seen enough for this game. White in. Never happened in. Urban Utopia. And the Guild Gate. I'll get rid of one dimmer Guild Gate. Also, I need to add plains instead of forest. And 5 more cards. Child of Night. 1 shield mate. Tax favor. How many? 2 more. The painter. Probably 1 Okapi. Go. Well, we have 2 creatures that we can play with 2 lands, and then Okapi if we draw the 3rd land. So I'll keep, but this is pretty risky. But on play, I won't mulligan a hand with 2 lands. Honestly, in both games, in this match, I would rather be on draw. Only 1 green. What's high priority? The Dissident or the Shaman? I'm pretty sure it's the Shaman. Want more lands, and if he could mill some creatures, that would be nice. What did we get? 2 creatures. Not too happy about the guide. It still means that I can just get rid of the shield mate. Start doing damage. Okay, good. I kind of expected that our opponent is usually trading, so expected him to block again. Now we play our Dissident. We are on 5 mana next turn for the Dissident, so this could be 4/4 if we need that. Now we are waiting for a second green mana. In these colors, there shouldn't be that much removal. Hopefully Izone stays on board and creates the card advantage that will win us the game. I'm willing to trade the Dissident here. The Shaman, of course, as well. I think here trading... Actually, blocking the Dissident, yeah, I could just buff him up, so maybe this is a more reliable block. Especially if there is some kind of a combat... What, Pax Favor? With Pax Favor in hand, it would be better to block the Dissident. Okay. There. Quite happy that the combat trick is gone. Black, no, don't want another black. We are digging for green. But I won't block here. I just want to do more damage. Opponent is at 12, so we are winning this race. I don't want to buff the Dissident. Even if I buffed him, it would be still be a trade. So I'll only attack with the agent. I'd gladly trade with those knights. Play our flyer. Problem is that the Harpooner has reach, so bats won't get too far. But at least it means that the Harpooner is not gonna attack. And again, we are just filling up the graveyard for Izone. If we ever draw a second green land. This almost looks like a combat trick. But... Now let's take 4, and if we trade here, it's fine, because now if the Harpooner dies, our bats can go in with the agent, that's fine. Okay. That is second green, finally. Okay, let's trade with the Shieldmate. Still filling up the graveyard. And now I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent just drew a card, and if he doesn't draw a solution for Izune, he just gives up. Well, he's dead if he doesn't draw an answer, so... -1/-1 to everything would be pretty nasty here. Okay, 1-1. So, have we learned anything that would change our approach? There are quite a few very naughty Shieldmates. I'm actually bored in Divine on draw. Who do I replace? Maybe color the culprit. Because there actually are not that many big creatures. We only know about this 4/4 knights. And sideboarding another card just because of that is probably an overkill. We already have Double Never Happened and Luminous Bonds against that. Yep, fine. Let's see if our opponent mulligans. If he does, then I'll send these cards back. If he doesn't, then it's gonna be a tough choice. Okay, he mulligans, so I'll mulligan as well. Yeah, this is better. With 2 lands and the ability to check top of the library, we definitely keep this. And he went down to 5 on play. This is a keeper. We have all our colors. Can't play anything, but we only need 1 land to be able to play something. I'll just go deeper and try to find the 3rd land. Long term, that's better than having to drop. Okay, so now we desperately need to draw a land. I hate this game sometimes. Mulliganing with this hand on 6 already when we can check the top card, that just was wrong. Of course, we draw the Demirgate so that we are slowed down by another turn. Well, it's land, so I shouldn't complain, but it still sucks. If our opponent has another creature for this turn, then we are in serious trouble. It's tapped land. Down to 10. What is it? +1, +0 for each gate. Vigilance and Menace. Great. That Menace is the biggest problem. I can play the Agent that will trade with the Gorgon. And Luminous Bonds the Knight when the Glaive is equipped after that. That's probably our play. I have to discard. Sure. Really? Probably Pack's favor in hand. But the equip... Oh, equip is 3. Okay, okay. Oh. It's... Great. That will be a nice catch. How many creatures do we have in graveyard? 2. So necrotic wounds are solution. Dead weight is solution. Oh, we are dead. That's too many creatures. All that we needed was a land that would either come untapped to play or draw the Guildgate 1 turn earlier. But this is one of the situations where the game just decides you are not gonna win. And you can't do anything about it. Okay, let's get rid of the banneret. That can cause a lot of trouble. Have double green, double black. Go for a Guildgate. Probably just play the Guildgate next turn and Discovery. Or with another land, we could go with the Painter, just to have another creature on board. Don't have a creature in the graveyard, nope. Okay, fine. Just play another creature on curve. Next turn we played the Dowser. Critical idea. Okay. And flying. Sure. I don't think that racing in this situation really works that well. Even with the velocity. The Guildgate. Well, he could be dead next turn. I surveil. Send both guards to the graveyard. I'll just keep the necrotic wounds as -1/-1. The opponent is dead next turn if he attacks and doesn't play a creature. So if he goes all in on the Cyclops and just has exactly 9 damage, we have the wounds. So I think that's what he's trying to do, just raise us. And he's trying to kill us now. That's 1 damage. 5, what would be 4 damage in hand. But more Cyclops, okay. What do we play? Reaper, Dissident, attack? I'll go down to 7 this way. Is that a bad idea? No. Just go like this. If the opponent double blocks, kill 1 Cyclope and we finish off the other one with necrotic wounds. That's better. Okay. Let's go. That means both Cyclops can attack, but it doesn't buff them. Now we die to double maximize altitude. Basically has to be double flying, I think. Also, maximize altitude with Share Strike. No, we would survive that. We would stay on 1. Good. This kills flyers instantly. That's what we need. So removes cards from graveyard or exiles them from hand. So all those jump starts will be just removed. Probably play both. Recluse is probably going to be too small against these flyers. That's probably it. Also an instant. Okay, let's side in the white as well. Our opponent probably doesn't have that many creatures, so we can like Luminous Bonds 1 and color the culprit another one. then he may just have full hand of jumpstart spells and nothing to cast them on. Bowser is too slow. Painter is too slow. Not big enough for its casting cost. Shield Mates, maybe, or the Child of Night as well is not that good. Or I forget. I don't have time, come on, I need one more. Whatever. Again, I checked too late the sideboarding timer. This is a horrible draw. Should I strike? Most likely. Just trading with the banner, there you go. Trading with the banner, it would be a pretty good deal for me. That's a nice draw. So it's fine. It allows me to play the Guild Gate. Still have something on board. Reaper can wait, I think. Let's play bats. So if our opponent has some kind of removal, I'd rather lose bats than the Reaper. No, it's Cyclops again. Okay, fine. Are we racing once again? And we are indeed. Is lethal next turn? I think it is. Just have to... Even without buffing up the Dissident, it's lethal. Jumpstart. Excuse me. Jumpstart. Attack. Take 5. Thinking if I would... Idea... I want to double block here. think it's just safer. Double block. Have the giant in hand, so that could be our finisher. Just want to draw more lands. Okay. The painter would be what? On 10. It's one off. Oh. Flying would be 5/4. 8 would be with Sure Strike. Still not good enough. It gives menace, yep. Okay. Let's see if we can get at least one more win. The deck really doesn't feel that good to play. If I can get at least part of the investment back, I'd probably be quite happy. Excuse me. It's not bad on play. What's it gonna be? Black or red? So it's another Izzet. Let's play the Reaper. What do you want to do? Pretend that we have necrotic wounds or pretend that we have Back's favor? This way we can pretend that we have both. No, we can't. We have to tap the centipede. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3. We can. Sure strike. Oh, it has to be before combat for the Cyclops to attack. Hey, probably can't afford to take 12. Come on, land. Green mana. Untapped. No. I'll actually send the Reaper. We trade, I'll be glad. I don't want to take too much damage from him. Still didn't get us green mana, but it at least gave us a creature that we can play together with the shield mate. There we go. And we are slowly filling up the grave for Rhizome Lurcher. Another Sure Strike? No. We don't want to attack. Then I wouldn't be able to trade with these two. We need to draw one more untapped land so that we can play double Okape next turn. Then I would probably start attacking with the Centipede. Okay. This is pretty annoying. Really is no good way how to block this. Okay. How many creatures are there in the graveyard? 4. Are 4 tokens from Isoni enough? think if our opponent had a removal, he'd already play it. There'll be some jumpstart card. I'll risk it. It's possible that we're gonna lose Izone to counter magic, but I think it's quite unlikely. This is worth a try. Don't tell me that he has the counter. No. I'd be really surprised, because I think during his turn, he was thinking about, like, buffing the mage so that he could attack with the Cyclops. Attack with the Centipede. That's probably all. I don't want to just chump block with my beetles. Okay, and because Izone is such an obvious target in this situation, I'll just buff up something else, because if our opponent draws removal, he'll most likely target Izone, so it's better to put the target somewhere else. We can afford to trade creatures now. Round 8. Let's play the Okapi. Vigilance is pretty relevant in this case. We'll keep some mana open so that we can sack one beetle in case we need more life. And if we don't, then we play the agent end of turn. Good. What do we know about this deck? Wants to be fast. What can we do? Slow it down. Recluse could actually be pretty good against those bannerets. Honestly, it's pretty good against everything else. No. Didn't see any flyers. Yeah, I'll just leave the deck as it is. Maybe let's side in the bonds after all. Guildgate. One plains. Remove one Dimir Guildgate and I think one forest. Yep. I think this deck is pretty similar to what we played against in the previous match. So we could get rid of first few creatures. Then we should be in pretty good shape. This is okay. If we could draw a land and a 2-drop, then this would be like a perfect hand almost. I can let the banner through once. I don't think there are too many creatures for... two mana that would have haste. And the Banner still wouldn't be able to buff them anyway. Okay. Should get rid of the mage. Banner is a problem, but the mage can just be so good in combination with all those Izzet spells. Okay, hopefully we draw land next turn. And the turn after that as well. Get stuck on 3 lands. Don't think we can win this. Although our opponent didn't play land either. Yet. So he is stuck on 3 lands. What do you want to play? Sure, the bat is the best option here. We could play the Centipede. And a Reaper with the Death Current Dissident next turn if we draw another land. I think those bats are just too fragile here. Now it's time for bats, I suppose. Because the situation on the ground is somewhat stable. Might even start attacking. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Probably can't afford to tap 2 creatures. Probably gonna be a bounce. Oh, Sonic Assault. We are down to 4 at this point. That's another assault. Great. At least I know what I want to sideboard next there for the next game. Even on play, I need never happened. If there's anything else. Probably not. Dowser is too slow. Giant is too slow. Yeah, I'll get rid of the painter as well. Just hope that I stop him in time. Okay. It's not bad. And no banneret turn 1 is also a good sign. Let's go with the shaman. If we hit 3 creatures, I wouldn't mind. Then the lurcher would be pretty damn good. Want another? Yeah, we want another forest. That's not bad. Definitely rather lose the shaman than the reaper. Okay, if I have time to wait, try to generate an advantage with the Reaper long term. No, probably not. Let's just trade him. That is a pretty good draw. Maybe play the Lurcher next turn. Even try to trade both the Lurcher and the Guild Mage. And then win on Izuni. Izoni, I'm still calling her Izuni. Is it even her? Probably. How likely it is that our opponent has Share Strike in hand? How many creatures? 2 so far. But our opponent has Share Strike. I'd rather trade it in or while attacking. Green. Kinda want a third green. Okay. Don't want to worry about the banneret. And if you hit some counter magic, fine. Another radical idea? Oh. It's probably gonna be a bounce spell. And then he wants me to block into Shadow Strike. Why would I do that? And pass. Our opponent knows about the agent, but with the untapped mana I can still pretend that I have like two options, that I have the agent and the trick in hand. There we go. Okay, I should probably be happy with 2 wins. Okay, let's see. Wow, this is a horrible draw. We have 7 cards, 5 lands, and 2 cards that do nothing in this hand. This is gonna be a mulligan. Yep. But I'm gonna keep this. We have Discovery to get more lands. And again, we'll see the top card. I think mulliganing a hand with 1 land after mulligan is just wrong. Especially we have 2 2-drops, 3-drop draw card. And there is a land on top. Fine. Oh, come on. Not this thing. I see opening island into Thoughtbound Phantasm. I just almost feel like giving up. That's a 3rd land. Okay. But we are drawing lands, that's good. And play stuff. Can even trade with the agent now. Look at the curve. All 3 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4 drop. If our opponent trades here. I want to trade for the Phantasm, that actually would be a decent trade. For him. This was a bit too aggressive because next turn I may have to trade for both our 2/2s if he has Surveil for the agent. Actually, wait, we have... No, if he trades with the Phantasm and has Surveil next turn, it's good for him. So what's it gonna be? Yep. Almost feels like playing against Boros or Solesnia. He probably has something that gives Surveil. Or so that activates the ability. Or not. It wasn't such a bad trade for us in the end. You need more options. Excuse me. I don't think that the guide really changes anything. Let's see if the painter gets through. I want to know for the next game our opponent plays counter magic and eventually how much counter magic we can expect. I played both the giant and the shield mate. So 4, 6. And if you lose the giant to discard or to counter spell, doesn't really make much of a difference. And if it somehow gets on board, then that could be a game changer. Okay, this is great. The imp is gone. Bernardi shield mate really doesn't do that much in this situation. All in? Really? I don't think I want to block. Obviously something. This is lethal. Okay, well, that was unexpected. After that start, I thought I was already dead. You know about some flyers, so crushing canopy in. One never happened. To check the hand of blue-black mage is often a good idea. I'll probably play bonds as well. And that's it. So what do we get rid of? Skilled Gate. 1 forest. And 3 cards. That's a good question though. It's kinda average. Another one. And maybe one Okapi. Actually quite good. Maybe the painter. Yep. Okay, no green, no nothing. So bad. Let's keep this, send literature down. And we have 2 out of our 3 most expensive cards. Now we have the whole collection. I'll probably remove one Guild Gate in the next game. Getting multiple in the opening hand is just too slow against this deck. I'll have to trade the Okapi with the Mesmerist. Hopefully it works, because the Mesmerist can be so annoying. Okay. Let's keep playing creatures. Hopefully we draw more lands. I think I want to clear the board locked. I mean, keep the board locked, rather than trying to get some more lands. Yep. Far so good. I'll gladly trade for the Phantasm here. Okay, that's fine. That's actually a really good trade for us. For creatures. Well, this gives us a land. Yeah, whatever. Any land is good. Next turn we have what, 5 mana for the Dowser? Yeah, I really wouldn't be surprised if it got countered. But if it gets countered, then it's more likely that Izoni gets on board. So it's gonna be the 4 mana counter spell. Our opponent was checking the graveyard. I still don't remember the names. Devious cover up. Use Drake. It's fine. There's a swamp. Well, that kinda sucks. I could bounce the Drake with Dispersal. No, I can't. I don't have blue, never mind. Let's draw first. Need creatures in graveyard, to be honest, for Izone. And we need to draw lands so that we can play the Lotlet Giant. That's probably our win condition. How many creatures are we looking at in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically our opponent is on 3. We can of course like play around counter magic. Necrotic Wounds, that sounds good. I'd even call that a top deck. Okay. And we have 1. Well, our opponent was stuck without black mana for a long time, so that helped a lot. But our deck worked pretty well this time. Managed to get to 3 wins after all. Great. Now, anything above this would be a welcome bonus. Goal is achieved. This is a nice hand on play. Our deck, it probably can't get much better than this. 2-drop, 3-drop, another creature then. Our opponent going down to 5 already. But we've already lost against someone going down to 5, I think. So... definitely too early to celebrate. Okay, I'm definitely willing to trade with someone who mulliganed to 5. Trades 1-1 are in our favor heavily. Let's make sure we don't have more than 1 creature untapped on our side. Because that could be a problem with the assassin. Hey, Reaper, have that as well. Attack with both. Trading both here. Pretty bad. That Reaper could actually turn this around. Now the best draw would have been a land. Just bounce the Reaper. So it would bounce... actually, it bounce anything. Hoping that we trade here, so that I can kill the Reaper then with necrotic wounds. Doesn't really matter when I cast the wounds. Actually, it did matter. I think that one... Wait, he drew only one card. Did the first draw fizzle? How would that be? It was on a stack. Maybe I'm missing something there. Guildgate. Let's play the Dissident. Pass. Question is, what do you want to do with Discovery Dispersal? You're gonna discard it, that's a good plan. Okay, so now it's only about who can draw better cards. Okay. Means I will have to trade my Okapi. It's actually good to draw. I can keep attacking, and this actually stops the Dowser. Combat strike from the top. Oh. Another creature. Yeah. 12. And block here. I just have to draw an untapped land to win this, basically. Or to have a chance to win this. How many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't have trample. Untapped land now. Still works. I'm not saying that I won here, but with 5 blockers, that's 2 here. Can let the beetle, the rat through. And if our opponent sends everything in the next turn, we should be able to win. Doesn't give trample, no, just menace. Can even use Izone as a blocker, probably. There are so many cards that can win this for our opponent, of course. Okay. Does this work? Two more. We take 2. He's just sending the Lurcher. It still doesn't work though. We have enough attackers. Come on, there we go. And in this situation, he can't buff up the rats, so I'll just do it this way. Checking for a trample. There we go. Oh, damn, that was close. And from 5 cards. Damn, that was close. Okay, color in, luminous bonds in. One never happened in. I think that's it. Solosnia Guildgate. Thinking about the locket for some card advantage. What am I doing? This is what I want. 1 plains, -1 forest, and -1 Dimmergate. I have no idea what to get rid of. Need a painter. Child of Night. Probably 1 shield mate. Okay. This draw kinda sucks. There is nothing to do except discovery. But I think on draw I'm gonna keep it. Hope that we draw some early game action. It's quite bad. Especially if our opponent has a 3-drop. Fine. Doesn't have a 3-drop, then I'll probably discard card. That's very unlikely. Harpooner. I think I have to play the Reaper here. Trade it with the Harpooner, that would be ideal. Okay, but this start is just way too fast for us. Other removal. Crushing Canopy, possible end of turn. No. How he could trade with the Harpooner and then play Shieldmate and never happen next turn. Still may have a chance. Depends on what comes now. The Guild Mage. Okay. Could have been worse. Fine Broker is just too good. Is it? There's one creature in graveyard. I can just block and accept the fact that we don't trade. And then play the Dozer. Try to stabilize somehow. Wow, so our opponent drew something. The Assassin, okay. I need to draw an answer for that Guild Mage. Dies end of turn. This was a mistake. I should have played the Dowser and trade with the Assassin. 20 creatures. 1, 2, 3. Just trade the Dowser. Five. How many creatures? 1, 2, 3. We are not dead to the giant yet. Now it's Sony time. We hope that our opponent doesn't draw a land now. No, Dozer is fine. Forest. Is any creature? Yep. So every life could be important here. Wow. Okay, I didn't expect that. Wanted to save the color for the zombie, of course, but that's not an option anymore. 3, 4. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have... Ah, come on. I tapped wrong land. Actually tapped like an idiot. Wait, I have to... No, I can't do it this way. Need one more beetle for defense. Still not enough. Just need Izuni for defense. How many creatures? 1, 2, 4. Yeah. Tapped myself like an idiot. That doesn't help. That doesn't help either. Let's see. I play a zombie. Be able to trade with the giant. Seven. Sure. If I want to play another creature, I probably can't afford to do that. I need to sacrifice another creature at some point during our opponent's turn. Just keep digging for an answer. I'm really not sure what I would have to draw at this point. What do you have still available? There are some options. But that's not it. Probably try once more. Sacrifice the guide. I had to draw an answer for the guild mage. Now I can block, take it for 4. Actually, take it for 6 because it's +1. Okay. Never mind. Or discard. I think second bat so that we can fly over and attack Raska. Let's get rid of 1 Okapi. And question. Probably the pack's favor. Don't want to side out too many creatures. Damn, the Raska really surprised me. Okay, I'll risk it. Either draw green mana and are in pretty good shape, or don't draw it and probably lose. Get rid of the poison there. Now even any land would be fine. Oh. Okay. So, Color Screw against Mana Screw. Who's better? Let's play this. No, I can't afford to play the Centipede. I just need to get to more lands. Pause. I want to play the Okapi, be a bit more aggressive. Hope that there is another land on top. Or just play it safe with the Shaman. I think it's better with the Shaman. Hopefully this will give us a land next turn. We can play 2 cards. There we go. I'd rather see a swamp. But in this position, I'll just take anything. And now Raska. Just a removal. And now Raska and remove a creature. Oh, double deadweight. And now Raska, yep. That's why our opponent kept the hand with only black mana. It was above 1 forest. Wow. There's no point in playing. Raska will just keep drawing cards. Yep, make sure that I lose my next drop. The assassin will attack, kill those bats. Raska goes to 10, he gets emblem next turn, and there's no point in playing anymore. Okay, so the end was kinda sad, losing to just one card. Always sucks. But I think with what we had, we managed to get pretty close to 4 wins. 3 wins are still fine, so let's claim the prize. And check our win, or win, our reward. Temple Garden is fine. Probably won't ever play anything in those colors in the constructed, but still nice to have it. This is actually constructed viable as well, I think. Blood operative, eh. Ground secrets, what a waste of a booster. And the last one, the runaway steam can actually find. I still don't have 4. So yeah, that's it for today. Even though we didn't get that far today, I still hope that you guys liked the video. I hope that you're gonna join me for the next one again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.